I've been reflecting a lot this week about the dangers of debt, and nothing said in this video should be considered financial advice. I'm simply sharing my experience. So basically, at the worst point financially, I had several payday loans, I had loans, and I had credit cards as well. And the debt was spiraling. Simply, it was almost getting out of control. But I was able to fix everything, and thankfully now I'm debt free, which you can see documented on this channel if you check out the other videos. And I am still reflecting on it until now, to be honest, about how damaging it was for me mentally and so on. Because money, in a lot of cases, is just a number. You know, your bank balance is just a number. But when you have people knocking on your door or creditors chasing you and so on, then things can be really stressful and really bad. Also, as well, if you are in a situation where you need to borrow money to pay other debts, then potentially you're actually in a really awful situation, and you really should get things looked at by a professional if possible. Debt can be the single most damaging thing in the modern era, and thankfully with all the regulations as well, at least in the UK, it's harder for people to end up in that situation, but people end up in that situation anyway. They'll find other ways to get into that situation. So if you are in a dire debt situation, then there is light at the end of the tunnel. All I would say is don't spend more, and basically try your best to reduce your debt and ideally get rid of it, because debt is one of the most horrible things ever. And I've been reflecting a lot about debt on this channel. You see, I've made several videos talking about debt, and for obvious reasons. It's one of those things that I wasn't really taught in school about how to avoid debt and so on. And when I was going for university, I was so strapped for cash. You know, I was eating 9p spaghetti and stuff like that, that when I finally got a job and started making money, I started burning it, because I like, yes, I finally have money, let me spend. And then I spent 10 years clearing out the debt that caused. There's a lot of things that I reflect on to make sure I don't end up in that situation again. And also as well, because I'm 37 now, I'm nearly 40. So I've just matured, hopefully, with time. I'm more experienced with certain things in life. But generally, I would just say to other people is that please, work yourself out there if you're in it. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Seek the help of a professional, like I said before. And also as well, do not spend above your means. Like, it's easy to look at, for example, the streamers on Twitch right now who are streaming slots, and they're winning hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars and so on the slot machines. But it's RNG, and it's definitely you will lose and make your situation even worse. Do not gamble thinking that you'll get out of debt. It doesn't work like that. If you gamble when you're in debt, you're going to get into even more debt. So when you're in debt, do not spend any money that you don't need to. Hopefully things can work out in the future.